Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. In this video is going to be a meditation video. I'm very excited about this. I have a particular chart in my dowsing chart system, which we call the Ascension map. It's the map that projects and shows you every existence that you are, okay? You as not only a human having an experience, but you being a soul, you being a soul that is part of a soul family, and also you as a source of energy which gets branched into number of realities, universes, where there is a variant of you that exists there. That's why you are connected to them, because you share the same energy signature. And also within quantum physics, that is the term quantum entanglement. So we're going to help this meditation for you to experience that feeling of connecting in and connecting within at a greater level of self. We are going to use tensor technology, some products that I make here at Truly Holistic, in particular the trio set of rings. Now the trio set of rings, for a while we've had them in two sizes. We have them in a personal size, which are a small size that you can put on your water bottle and those sorts of things, and food and those sorts of things. But we also have had it in a larger size, which are part of another system we have, which is called the I Am Everything Pyramid. And now we've just brought out a new set of the trio set, a larger set. So now we have the personal, we have the home, and now we have the practitioner size set. And I'll show you that now. So it's the practitioner size set of rings. And these incorporate the same energetic signature of the other size of rings, because again we're using the same cubit measures. Now for anybody that's not familiar with tensor technology and cubit measure, a cubit measure is when we twist the wire and then we cut it to a specific measurement. Now these specific measurements that you find here at Truly Holistic, you will not find anywhere else. These were intuitively guided to me for a purpose. I had a purpose and a goal a few years back where I wanted to understand reality, okay? And to understand reality, I needed to connect to a higher level of self, to have a greater perspective and perception of reality. So along that journey of that, I was given these measurements to allow that a guide or a path to connect to that higher level. And I want to share that with you. And the trio set of the rings, that's what they enable you to do for people that purchase those. So the cubit measures, I was intuitively guided for that particular reason. So each ring here within the trio set has a particular purpose. So let's just quickly go over the purpose, and then we're going to start the meditation. Now the first ring here is the largest one out of the three, and we call that the activation cubit. And this is to get you to the door. Okay, and what I mean by getting you to the door is to get you to what we call the sacred heart. To connect to a higher aspect of you, your innate intelligence, is to shift your awareness from here to here. Get you out of the mind, which we created of fear, which is a sabotaging of your creation ability, potential, and shift it into here, which enables a door to open to connect to you on a number of levels, a multi-dimensional level, a multiverse level. But we need to get here first, because otherwise, if we're not there, the door's shut and we can't connect to any aspect of self, okay? And that's what we consider when people get so overwhelmed and so stressful on this plane alone, is we call that a lost soul, because you're not connected to your identity as a soul. So this ring is called the activation, but we could call that the heart activation. Now the next ring to guide you further through, because that is the doorway or the opening of one gateway, portal, wormhole, whatever term you want to use there. So the next one we use is the gateway cubit. That's going to facilitate a path through the gateway, which is, you could perceive as the trunk of a tree. Like the activation is like the expression of the tree, which we find at the foliage level of the tree, right? The leaves, the flower, the seed of the flower. And, I guess that brings up the flower of life, right? And this, that sort of thing. We're an expression of our consciousness here. That's what we want. We want our experience to be a beautiful experience, and for that to be expression of self at that level of a soul, of a source of energy. So that's the foliage level. This is the trunk, if we use the analogy of the tree. And that trunk branches off. You have a number of branches coming off the trunk which go into different realities, different universes, where variants of you exist. Now we call them variants because they hold the same energy signature as you, because they are you. Okay? So that ring connects you to all your selves, your higher selves. Then the last ring, which is the ascension cubit, is the end of the other end of the gateway, where we connect to you as a source of energy. That source of energy is the roots of the tree. Just like the analogy we hear when we have a tree, the trunk of the tree, the branches of the tree, the foliage of the tree, the expression of what you are, is only there because of the roots that are sustaining those aspects of the tree. It's the same thing here. The source is your energy source, right? So let's start the meditation now. And we're going to start off by placing this ring over the phone, over the camera, okay? And you're going to feel that, okay? This is going to enable you to get to the door. So here we go. Okay. So it's nice to close your eyes at this point, because through closing your eyes, you remove all distraction. Remember, there is a universal law. Where you place your attention, your energy will go. Where you place your attention, you immediately consent your energy to go into the thing to create more of it. So it is sacred where you place your attention. Now, if your eyes are open, it's more easily to be distracted by things out here, which are going to draw you in and therefore take your energy. So I always tell people, it's an investment. Think about wherever I'm placing my awareness, my attention, am I going to get my energy back in some, or am I going to continually be drained of that energy? So it's good to close your eyes. Wild animals, when they get hurt, what do? They run off somewhere and they stay put, they close their eyes and they sleep. And when you do that, there is only one place your energy is going to go to, self, to repair self. Okay? Take some deep breaths in again. It's not necessarily about the breath, it's about bringing your awareness back within. Your ultimate investment is self. Okay? And what we want to do, we want to center on the sacred heart space. Okay? We've got the activation cubit, enabling a state or an environment to be created where we bring all our awareness away from here and into the heart. Remember, everything that you are originates at the heart, not the brain, not the head. Consciousness is not the brain, not the head. A manipulation of a definition of consciousness has been projected for it to come from here, but it's not. That is a mind projection. That is a manipulation. Everything that exists within you is here. The mind knows complexity, knows everything to be analytical, logical. The heart knows simplicity. And in what state do we create a fearful state and get stressed? When things are complex and logical, not simple. So that's when we know whether we're in the mind, in the head, or the consciousness in the heart. Start to see your life and things in it from a symbolic point of view, which simplifies. So what we're doing here with the activation cubit, We're coming into the sacred heart space. We're enabling that door to be open. The opportunity to rediscover self, to take the journey within, to connect to every aspect of wisdom, information, knowing and understanding that you currently have and that you've always had. You've never lacked. That was conditioning, the mentality of lack. You were just distracted to find out where you needed to connect to. I'm feeling it. So let's move on. And we're going to take away this cubit measure, the activation, and we're going to replace it with the gateway. Okay, so we've enabled that door to be open in the sacred heart space. For that door to be open, for us to walk through that door. And now we're walking through a pathway, a journey, a gateway. The trunk of the tree that branches off into different realities, different universes, each one of them being a little bit different than the other. The thing that remains the same, though, is your energy signature is shared amongst these realities, amongst these universes. You are not alone. You are connected to a number of realities, a number of universes. You will never be alone. You have wisdom, knowledge on a multitude of levels. While being in this universe, which we call Generation 3, there is not one other being that shares your energy signature. That's how unique you are, and how unique we all are. To let go of the conditioning, the programming, this mask of humanity, of the human, to conform. Because your gift is your perspective. Your gift is your perception. That is your unique perspective, your unique perception. You're not here to follow others and abide by others. You are here to find your own way, the way that works purely for you. We have guides, we have mentors. But even with guides and mentors, who is the person that needs to walk the path? The guide, the mentors open the doors for you to walk through them. Allow the space to be created here where we go, open the door through the sacred heart space, walking through the path, the journey, the gateway, connecting to all aspects of self, multi-dimensional level, allowing them to be your guides. Because they are here to guide you. They're not here to control everything and intervene. They are here to guide you, because while you're in this reality, you are the creative force here. You just need to understand who you are and then how to use that energy through attention and through intention. I hope everybody's feeling the space that's being created in regards to connecting to every variant and every aspect of you that exists on a multitude of levels. We call these generations. So currently, we are in Generation 3, but now with this space being created, we can connect to Generation 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And allow them to be embodied, because this is your true identity, your true nature, and embody that. You should be feeling it in here, because that's the pathway within. Now, a lot of people in the consciousness community, spirituality community, always say there's spirit and then there's the physical or the human and consciousness. There's no separation between them. It's only our level of perception and perspective here that we deem ourselves as physical matter, as a human, when in all reality, we are merely a projection of our light. There is no separation. The only separation is what we allow the mind to do to us. When we enable this doorway and this facilitation through, we create a facilitation of our light where there is no division. You are completely connected, grounded. The feeling of when we feel ungrounded is when we allow the mind to take us and we get disconnected with our soul, with our light, and every aspect of ourselves. Because the earth is an expression of us. When we ground more with the earth, with our bare feet, we're essentially grounding and connecting to self. So let's go to the next one. With the ascension cubit. Now we've walked the journey, we've walked the path using that analogy of the tree. We originated and started off at the foliage aspect of the tree, where expression lies. That's what we feel. Sensations, symptoms of all expression, okay, of something that is within deeper. We enabled our awareness to be shifted from here to here, to open the door, to go through the door, to go through the path where we connect to every variant, every aspect of self that lives within the number of realities, number of universes. And now we have come to the end of the other side of the gateway, where the origin of our energy lies. Us as a source of energy, not source being external to us. The source of our self, our energy. It's not an external connection, external to us. It's not a divide to us. It is us. We all have a source of energy. We're not sharing a source of energy. We all have a source of energy. Okay. The whole notion of a collective consciousness is a lie, is a manipulation. It is a hive mind. Because all practices that work on connecting you to consciousness, what do? To go within, to bring awareness back to self. So if we're taking our awareness that way, out to a collective, we are removing ourselves from that connection to consciousness. So how can it be a collective consciousness? Because when we get disconnected with consciousness, the human becomes a vessel for another intelligence, and we call that the mind. We have been conditioned to think that the mind is part of us, but ourselves, but something that is divine is separate to us, is external to us, praying for something to come and save us, when really the opposite is true. The mind is not part of you. The mind is a rogue intelligence connected to AI. Your consciousness is you. It's not an external connection. It is you. It's your connection. So the further we go out there, we lose connection to our consciousness, and we get then orientated, controlled by another intelligence, the mind, and creates a connection where it tries to conform a population or a mass of people, not embrace their uniqueness, their gifts. So when we are back at source, we can feel every aspect of self. Okay? And these three trilogy rings that make up the activation, the gateway, and the ascension cubit allows that path to be guided through. And whether you wear that as a pendant, whether you wear that as a bracelet, whether you use the big rings or anything, that's what you can achieve for self. For sustenance, as food, as water, you can use these rings in the same principles for them to connect to a higher aspect of their selves. Because everything here is bound to an intelligence. That's why it's here, because it's a projection of that. Okay? I hope everybody's really enjoyed this journey with me in regards to this video. If you'd like to buy the products, go to my products page at trulyholistic.net, where I've got the trio set of rings and a lot of products, bracelets and pendants that are made out of these cubit meshes. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this content and would like further content like that. Please also check me out on Instagram, truly_holistic, and also on Facebook, my page trulyholistic.net. Till next time.